Welcome back to another action figure obsession video, and we interrupt this Captain America week for a little side mission with our friend Frank Castle, aka The Punisher, who for over 50 years now in the Marvel Universe has been fighting a battle against organized crime and really weird, wacky supervillains, and even been in, I think, at least 3 theatrical films and 2 seasons of a Netflix show. And did we get a Disney Channel Punisher series yet, or Disney Plus Punisher series? I can't. I'm not sure. I don't think that's aired yet. But anyway, soon that'll be a thing as well. But I was doing some head swaps around with my Punishers this week, and for now I've settled on these. So up in the front here, we have the body of the 80 Years of Marvel Punisher, which came out in 2019. It reuses the body from the Eric Killmonger, at least the legs and the boots from the Eric Killmonger movie figure. Very nice figure. Always thought the arms were a little small for this body. I don't think they were meant for this body, but that's what they gave him anyway. But using the head sculpt from the Punisher War Journal 2-pack that came out last year, that's the alternate screaming head. Not a huge fan of it. Something off about the anatomy, the biology, the expression. I'm not exactly sure. But it doesn't quite work for me. But as a screaming Punisher in my display, I guess it's okay. This is the actual War Journal Punisher from that 2-pack. Very, very nice figure. Not the one anybody wanted. We all wanted the white boots and white gloves classic Punisher. I mean, maybe some hardcore Jim Lee Punisher War Journal comics fans wanted this all black look, but I'm sure that sometime this calendar year we'll probably get the classic Punisher, as you know, he was seen in the comics for so many decades, with the white boots and the white gloves. A lot of people did the swap with the other guy here, the Gamerverse Punisher, for his white boots and gloves, because they are built on the exact same body, and it is possible to do swaps, and I have seen videos where people did it successfully, but I've also seen videos where people did it unsuccessfully and damaged the sort of very thin gauntlets that are at the top of the gloves that go over the forearm to create the look for this Punisher's gloves. Now, the War Journal one here, I'm using the alternate grimacing head, and if you're of a certain age and you remember the TV show Mannix, I think that I think that Mannix might have been who the sculptor, who I'm guessing is Paul Harding, but maybe not. But I think there's a little Mannix going on in that head sculpt right there. I could be wrong, but especially the grimacing one. I did add on his left hip an extra drop-down holster with a Valaverse Action Force weapon. I think that was from the Covert Ops Condor, and then the other drop leg holster I think is the one that came with him. And then I also gave him a not sure if that's a Mossberg shotgun, but it's some kind of shotgun that came in the recent Valaverse Action Force Weapons Pack 0. So then the Gamerverse Punisher, I kept the more sedate, less enraged face on him. That is probably my favorite Frank Castle Marvel Legends head sculpt that we've gotten so far in the line. I think they did a really nice job on it. That looks like Frank Castle to me. It might be 5 to 10% too small for this body. I feel like it could have done with a little bit more, but it is what it is, as they say. And then the shotgun is another shotgun from that Weapons Pack Lima from Valaverse Action Force. I forget what that's called, but it's supposed to be some fancy kind of $1,000 shotgun. And his 1911 Desert Eagle is just the gray one that came for him in the Gamerverse Punisher Nick Fury video game 2-pack. So that's the Gamerverse Punisher. Then we have the Netflix Punisher here. This is from about 10, 11 years ago now. the Netflix wave / Man-Thing Build-A-Figure wave, which was one of the first waves that I completed and made the Build-A-Figure back when I got back into Marvel Legends. And that is not the head that was on him originally. In fact, the head that was on this figure originally is actually this head right here. My mental patient Frank Castle Punisher. And this is the head from the War Journal Punisher. This is actually the head that he came on with the white bandana. And I like that a lot. I like that head on this body a lot. I wasn't wild about it on this body, but for some reason I think it works pretty well on the Netflix Punisher body better. And the head that was on that body, the Netflix body, of course, is this John Bernthal alternate mental patient Punisher head. So if you think I'm saying the Punisher might need to talk it out and get some assistance, well, you're not far from wrong. So yeah, I love this Netflix Punisher even after all these years. I love the duster. I love the look of him. And I feel like I've brought him back to life by putting this the more recent, more modern comic book Frank Castle head sculpt on him. Then finally, from the grand old year, I believe, of 2020, this is my favorite comic book Punisher in my collection. And this is the Ultimate Riders Punisher that came in a box set with a black motorcycle back, I think, in 2020, maybe 2021. Based on the artwork of Ariel Olivetti, one of my favorite comic book artists from the Punisher Kill Crew comic. That is why his skull looks the way that it does. That's how it was depicted in that comic. That's why his face looks the way it does, which is why how Ariel Olivetti drew him in the comics. And while I'm not wild about this, the sculpting of this body, it's a little, the articulation is limited. I mean, you can get him on the motorcycle, although I don't have the motorcycle anymore. I sold it off stupidly, you know, a recurring theme of this channel. But as I say, the articulation, they made sure he could get on that motorcycle, but not much else. He doesn't have any butterfly joints, so his arm articulation is fairly limited. The legs are a little scrawny for the upper body, I think, but when you get him into a good pose, it's easy to forget. Now, he's outfitted with a pair of MAC 10s, again from the Valaverse Action Force Weapons Pack Lima, and these are very, very nice looking accessories, although for some reason the camera doesn't want you to know that. There we go. How's that? Can we zoom in on that? Or focus on it? Something, please? You know, those they look like real metal, even though they're just painted plastic. And I've got him dual wielding a pair of these babies, and I think that he looks very intimidating and very determined. And there's an alternate head sculpt for this too that is in my fodder bin somewhere, where his face is all beat up and he's got a black eye and band-aids. That's pretty cool too. I think I love the Gamerverse Punisher. Unreservedly. I love the colors. I love the head sculpt. I love virtually everything about him, and even down to the accessories that he came with. I like the War Journal one. Again, you know, what I want is really the one with the blue, with the white gloves and white boots. But I'm not willing to try to do the swap between these two figures to get that effect, because I'm quite certain with my ham hands that I would probably damage one or both of the figures beyond all repair, and they're quite expensive now. So this Punisher, as I say, he had a motorcycle, and his motorcycle helmet was this Viking helmet, which actually fits on his head fairly well. And even if you take the time to really work on it, you can get it so that his piercing blue eyes glare right at you through that helmet. See how far back I have to get for it to focus on that. And it seems to want to focus on everything but. Well, anyway, yeah, so that's my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kit bashed. Well, they all kit bashed. Well, they all have extra accessories, but The one on the far left and the two on the far right are definitely a little bit of a kit bash going on there. Sorry. I keep forgetting I'm holding a camera in my hands. And then, so there's 5 Punishers there, and then we have the two mental patient ones in the back. And just in case you think that I forgot about Captain America Week, I want you to see that Officer Jones over here is reading that legendary issue of Uncanny X-Men that features Wolverine, the Black Widow, and Captain America. And I may try to recreate that pose sometime soon here. You see we have some undercover, not undercover, but plainclothes detectives here on the job with their badges. This one too has one of those badges. They all came from, well, this is Jimmy Woo from the MCU. That's where those badges came from. Bought a whole bunch of them when they were $5 at Ollie's. And